How is everyone doing today? It is September 17th of 2022 and another tomato that I'm really excited to show everybody. I want to tell you guys about this spot right here. This spot right here is up next to a pine tree. For several years, everything that we've grown in this spot has been a bit of a struggle. At first, we thought maybe it was the soil. We've changed the soil out just about every year. Over the past several years, we've grown a Black Beauty here, we've grown the White Wonder here, we've grown the Cherokee Green here, and we've tried growing the Cherokee Purple here. Every plant that we've put here every single season has done really, really poorly. And I think it might be because of this tree right here. This tree is a tall windbreak pine of some sort, and I think a lot of times when it rains, just the whole weather and the acidity of the plant and the substance of the plant, the pine needles and stuff like that, gets down into this spot. So I'm not quite sure, because it shouldn't be a sun situation, it shouldn't be a soil situation. That's not a guarantee on what's going on, but every plant that we've grown here has had that sort of issue. But this year what we put in here was one called the Accordion Orange. And the Accordion Orange, from what I viewed about it online, comes from Virginia, and it's actually a mutation. So it's a color change mutation that comes from one called the Accordion Pink. I don't know if it's the Accordion Pink or this one would be considered an heirloom, but I do know it comes from established seeds from a type called the Accordion Pink that had a genetic mutation on it. This one right here, like all the others, did no better. The plant's really, really strong. What you're seeing here is indigo rose, black prince, black pineapples weaving over here. Some of the Accordion Orange have been over here. And two plants, it's an indeterminate, tons and tons of branching, no tomatoes except for one. So this is the Accordion Orange tomato. It is a gigantic tomato. This one looks like an excellent one. It's really ripe, like a crazy Cheeto. So I'll go ahead and clip this one off, or break it off. Look at how beautiful that tomato looks. It's very similar to one called the Mushroom Basket. They're similar to paste tomatoes in a sense. This one, the innards should be quite a bit hollow. This is really, really heavy though, way heavier than I thought it was going to be. A lot of times the stuffing tomatoes like this, or the other ones that are paste tomatoes, can be a little bit milder of a tomato. This one's supposed to retain quite a bit of flavor, even though it's a stuffing type tomato. It should still be mild, but it should have a lot of flavor. Look at all the crazy shape on that. But this is the Accordion Orange tomato. I'll talk about it a little bit more when I get it inside and we open it up. Definitely plan on saving seeds. Like I was saying, it's the only tomato of that type out of two powerful indeterminate growers. So this one just always seems to be stunted. I'm super excited to even get one tomato off of it that we can give a shot. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do next grow season in this section. It's going to have to be a super resistant tomato, or maybe front it up a little bit more, something. I'm not quite sure, but really, really excited if that's the only one that we get to try this year and the rest of this plant gets cut out. At least we'll have what looks like could be a whole bunch of seeds and a really, really excellent tomato to give a shot. So let me see if I can get out of the shade a little bit. It's the Accordion Orange, September 17th of 2022. Take this inside and get a better look. Love you guys. Catch you in a second. Alright, so this is the Accordion Orange. It looks like an accordion, and it's definitely orange. Like a giant Giga Cheeto of some sort. Or maybe radioactive orange or hunter orange. Really, really beautiful color. It stood out in the yard for a minute now. I'm kind of sad that this is the only one that I got from it, but I will save seeds and give this a better grow if it's got a good flavor. Like I was saying, I have tried the Mushroom Basket before. I grew it, but I didn't grow the plants in my yard. We just started the seeds and had a family member grow it, and then we tried the Mushroom Basket. And I was kind of surprised for a stuffer tomato or a paste style tomato. Ones that have a certain kind of consistency tend to be more mild. I was surprised by the Mushroom Basket. The Mushroom Basket tomato, which is a red on this, and it just had a really kind of strong traditional flavor in that one. I'm not quite sure. This one says that it retains quite a bit of flavor in it though. Look at all those ripples in it. I'm almost afraid to open it up because it just looks so cool. I want to laminate this and keep it like this forever, but we'll have to give it a shot. Hopefully it's got a good amount of seeds on it. It's so like rounded, you can't get a good sight on it, but just go right down the middle, I guess. This doesn't look like a mushroom or a stuffer tomato at all.
Mm-mm.
This is
pretty
almost
cool.
like a really funny shaped old-fashioned slicer. This is a really cool looking tomato. It does have some qualities where the juice pockets that are holding the seeds is a really, really like thick substance where you can almost see like the air spots in the rest. This one's been sitting out there ripe for several days. We've just been buying our time to give it a shot. You could take this and slice it in just one big old slice for a sandwich. Damn, that looks cool. I'm gonna give it a try though. Yeah, see the edge piece right here? That would be a really good dehydrated piece to dehydrate. It does have the stuffer tomato or paste tomato consistency. For its bright color, that is extremely mild. I want to get a little piece with some of this juice on it too. I feel like I disparage tomatoes a lot when I'm referencing paste tomatoes and stuffer tomatoes like this because of their mild flavor and their kind of consistency. It's almost would thicken up a sauce really, really well, but it's not a really juicy consistency on there. It's really, really good. Very mild though, way more mild than I thought it would be. Its color makes you think it's gonna pop, and it does have a good sweet flavor, but it's super mild. Super, super mild. Angel's been under the weather, so we're doing our tomato tester and pepper pusher videos for the next couple days probably, without putting her on camera. She likes doing videos with me, but a lot of times she doesn't like doing the talking part. Look at how thick that meat is.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
think
does have a good sweet flavor. It is very, very mild though, like a paste tomato type.
And there is not hardly any seeds. We're hardly going to get any seeds out of this. Well, this one we're going to end up doing is we have a bunch of other yellow tomatoes that we're going to mix into a salsa. So we'll end up saving seeds from this, chunking it up into pieces and mixing it with those other yellow pieces to make a salsa out of. So I don't want to sit here and mess it up too much. But just a beautiful, beautiful thick tomato. Really, really mild. The weight of this tomato, it's got to be one of the heaviest tomatoes I think I've grown.
Yeah,
I was
it was pretty
really
heavy.
confused when I was checking it out on the vine because it's supposed to be a hollowish tomato for stuffing. And you could still stuff this, I think.
Not as easily though.
Yeah,
You have to really gut it.
Yeah, you'd really have to take a lot of this meat out. You could really, really, just the consistency kind of holds together pretty well too. You could make a slicer out of it. I would just say that as a slicer, it's a really mild tomato.
Yeah.
If you were trying to kick up some yellow tomato sauce or a tomato sauce in general, it wouldn't detract from the flavor and it wouldn't overwhelm the flavor either.
Yeah, I think if you use it as a slicer, you could just add some salt and pepper to it and it would add more flavor to it.
Yeah, I think this would, yeah, it would be a pretty good saucer too.
Yeah.
And I like I was saying, I hate disparaging tomatoes that have this kind of pasty consistency or like it like that. But because we love them for using for sauces. We love using them for
Salsa.
adds to other stuff. Just as a standalone tomato, we don't prefer the more mild
yeah.
or certain kinds of consistencies. But this is the Accordion orange. It's supposed to be a variation off of the pink accordion. I do not think it's heirloom. Heirloom most of the time online just says 40 to 50 years. It is definitely from established seeds though, and I can't remember. I think we got this in a package of seeds that was just a mix of non-red tomato varieties uh, several years ago, and just was sitting in our seed vault. Looked really, really cool. I was going to go with the mushroom basket this year. I think I did grow a couple, but the plants went out again to friends and family. And this one just happened to sneak itself into the yard when I planted those seeds up before they got too old. And really not, this one for us is not much of a stuffer. So I haven't looked a lot about it online. Where the variation first started coming out and the seeds started first showing up is Virginia. That's the state where this tomato first started showing up as a variation off the pink accordion. But the accordion orange or orange accordion tomato, a really, really mild stuffer with a little bit of a sweet orange tomato flavor, but not super strong. It's so mild. I would say out of all the tomatoes we've had, this is probably the mildest flavor. And if you're into not getting that super, super strong tomato or acidic flavor in most tomatoes, this one would do pretty well, but I also wouldn't necessarily call it a snack. I would like to sauce this one up, if anything, or you can add your own salt and pepper and stuff like that to it to kind of kick that flavor up a little bit if you were to try to snack on it. But love you guys. Take you outside for one last look and catch you in a second. All right, so on top of the bad growing spot, I feel like this tomato here kind of got a bad shot too. It really just wanted to be a single plant, I think, and grow strong. This is the branch here, nothing on it. This one here comes down, nothing on it. A couple of them reach back there. I think there might be a couple flowers that dried out. But just overall, it really doesn't seem to affect the plant, but this spot right here is just not making tomatoes happy. I'm not even quite sure if we're going to save seeds off of the tomato we just brought in, because there's very few. If we were to save them, we might just, I don't know, we just have so many things going on right now. We've been saving 2 or 3 varieties of seeds a day from tomatoes that are ripening, and it's kind of hard to work that in the mix. It is an excellent tomato. If anybody likes the stuffer tomatoes or the paste style tomatoes, this one has the orange flavor that you might find in a lot of oranges. It's really sweet. It's a little bit less like a traditional vegetable tomato flavor and more like a little bit of a fruit version of a tomato. But it has that sweet flavor. It's just so mild, and the innards is almost like meant for tomato paste or something like that. But this was the plant. I'm probably going to just start trimming it out wherever it's not affecting the rest of our mass as it starts to decline into the cold season. But the accordion orange, September 17th of 2022, and we love you guys. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. All right, so 20 minutes later, we decided we were going to give the seeds a try, and got us about 10 in there with a bunch of chunks. Not a lot of seeds on this tomato. It's too unique for me to just let these seeds slip by. I don't know when I'll see this again or when I would ever spot this normally online. Like I was saying, I think it came in a random pack of mixed varieties that were non-reds that I'd ordered online several years ago. I can't even remember the spot where I ordered them, but really, really cool tomato. This is what it looks like. We scooped out all these little pockets and only got about, there might be 10, 15 seeds in here. And it's really a hassle because we're so overwhelmed with saving seeds right now. But like I was saying, it's just too unique. Look at these chunks right here. I was noticing too, this is where the stem of it was. This looks like a pumpkin. And this chunk right here even has kind of the tacky consistency of a pumpkin, the inside of a pumpkin shell. So looks like a pumpkin, feels like a pumpkin, tastes like a mild tomato. It looks like an accordion, and radioactive accordion, and really, really good stuff. So I just wanted to show you, we did decide to try some of the seeds out. All these big chunks will be added to salsa. Some tomatoes, I feel like some of the paste tomatoes might have a flavor that will detract, and some of them I feel like are a lot stronger flavored, which would help and you could almost be used by themselves. This one right here, it feels like a middle ground. It's not so overwhelmingly strong that it's going to detract from anything, and it's not or not so underwhelmingly strong that it's going to really just bland out whatever you're making with it, but it's also not so overwhelmingly strong it's going to dominate as a flavor. So a pretty good paste style stuffing tomato. Not a lot of seeds, really cool looking. Just wanted to show you guys that for 1 second. Love you guys. Catch you next time.